This is an assembly video for the 5-shelf adjustable bookcase. This project was sent to me by the brand. These are the instructions and I'm going to walk you through how to put it together. So today I'm putting this together on my driveway. There is a small little packet of hardware. There's not a lot needed for this actually. And this is all the pieces that'll be included. So you have the shelves, you have the base, there's another part for the bottom, the 2 large sides, and then the top. There are also the smaller pieces that are for the adjustable shelves and then the rods that kind of hold things so they don't fall off of the shelf. So for the first step, you'll need both of the very large columns. This is going to be the sides, and then there are 2 bottom plates. I wanted to zoom in on this spot specifically. So at the top, there is like 1 little notch, and at the bottom, you'll see 2. Make sure that the 2 notches are at the bottom. You'll see I have this shorter bottom plate and there are 2 little grooves there. So those are going to insert into each other. That's why you need those 2 at the bottom. You can see how they kind of jut out like this. So you're going to line them up and then they're going to snap together. You'll be placing that on the outside of that long column and then pushing down, and you'll feel that it is secure. If you don't have an extra set of hands for this, do what I'm doing and lean it against something like a garage. I went ahead and did the other plate at the bottom as well, and then I'll do the other large column. All right, now that those are both in, I am able to put the other side of the column on. This is sitting more upright now and it's not leaning against my garage anymore. Move slowly and make sure that all of the pieces are snapping into one another. Again, you'll need those 2 grooves at the bottom and that 1 groove at the top. I did notice when I lifted that piece up to snap it in that it came undone on the other side. So just be aware of that and double check that all of them in all 4 corners are snapped in correctly. Then when looking at the shelves, you'll notice one looks more like the top piece. So go ahead and find that one and you'll place it on the top. You'll notice there are grooves for this to snap into as well. And again, there's 1 little notch on this one, which matches the shelf perfectly. You want to go ahead and make sure that those are inserted correctly into each other and then repeat this process on the opposite side. Now a shelf like this has many purposes. You can use it inside for books and other home items. I'm going to use it in my garage and put smaller items on it like different chemicals and stuff like that that are used in the garage. I'm getting out my tallest bottle to make sure that I know that the height of the shelf can match that, and all of these are adjustable, but I want to make sure that at least one shelf can hold the tallest bottles. The directions you get are not extremely detailed, so I hope that this helps. But when you do these shelves, you'll see that there's kind of like little notches at the bottom that stick out. Those will be at the bottom on the outside, and you can just adjust them higher or lower based on the little pegs on the side columns. Obviously, make sure to count how many holes are open so you can replicate the same distance down on the opposite side. Once you have those in correctly, you are going to insert one of the shelves. All of the shelves from here on out are the same size, so no need to worry about that. It kind of just drops in, but make sure they are dropping into the correct notches. Hopefully you can see that the parts of the shelf slide right into those pieces that are sticking out a bit on that first piece that we put in. You will then repeat all of these steps until you get to the very bottom. Again, think about what you want to put on these shelves. I'm going to space mine out a little bit differently, but like I said, I want at least 1 shelf for these taller bottles. From here, I'm actually going to do the very bottom shelf. What I like about this is that it kind of encloses everything. Our garage gets so dusty and dirty that I love that once this is done and put in, there really shouldn't get any dust or debris underneath this because it's all closed in. And then from there, I'm going to kind of work my way up and see what kind of distance I have to see what size I want the other shelves to be. The next part is going to be putting on the file strip. So this is just like a skinnier piece of metal that kind of holds everything. So if you were to like push something too far, it wouldn't go off of the shelf. Now, when looking at this bookcase, I feel like the front and the back look exactly the same. So I'm going to go ahead and use the side that has been facing you guys the entire time and have that be the back. So all I'm doing is finding a little small notch that's on the shelf and I'm putting this little bar into it. Again, this part is adjustable, so I'm putting mine a little bit higher because I know I'm putting bigger bottles on this. But if you are using it for books and some of them are shorter, feel free to lower that. I didn't feel like this piece snapped in as securely as the others. It just kind of sits there, so don't worry about that. I feel like it's not a big deal. You can choose to use these if you want or not. I'll go ahead and turn this around. It's fairly easy to move. I would definitely get it where you want it first and then start loading things onto it. But it's a great looking shelf, and like I said, I'm excited to put this into my garage, maybe add a few more, and everything will look so great and uniform and organized.